All right, today we got in front of us the M18 Compact Vacuum from Milwaukee. What you're seeing is the model 0882-20. This is the M18 series, which means it's not the M12 series, and the only difference you're talking about there is an 18-volt battery system versus a 12-volt battery system. So the batteries will look a little different than this for the 12-volt system. This is a brushed motor. This is not the fuel series. I don't believe they make a fuel series for this. But this is over 2 years old. It's been a great device. We've been using it ever since we purchased it. It does take your standard Milwaukee M18 batteries. And we found actually that for this device, for overall usage, picking it up and knowing it's probably going to be running and running well, is the 5 amp hour is like a perfect fit as far as still being able to get the device around the house and still being able to carry it and operate the device with a good speed, good pickup, and everything that you want. Now, the nice thing about the M18 series with the bigger batteries, they tell you whether or not they are charged fully or not. And this one's actually been used quite a bit, and we still have a full charge on that since our last time charging. This is actually my wife's tool, and I say it that way on purpose. It's a tool, not just a compact vacuum. Many of the dust busters that you've seen in the past, those smaller dust busters, they're long, they're skinny, they got a big handle on them, you press the button, and you get a little bit of a vacuum out of those. They were good for what they were, but you know, they just weren't a good tool. They didn't have good performance, didn't have good capabilities. They did pick up debris and bugs and things like that as you wanted to use them for, but they overall were not a great tool because they didn't have a replaceable battery, and even if they did, that replaceable battery was not something that you could use with other tools. Now, everybody knows that when you buy a tool like from DeWalt or from Makita or from Milwaukee, that you're actually buying not just the tool, but you're buying into the battery system. I've got my impact wrench from Milwaukee, and it uses the exact same tool battery as the compact vacuum does. And so, as you know, when you buy into these battery systems, you've got the chargers, you've got the batteries. The batteries can go from device to device to device. So you're not buying a proprietary battery system, proprietary battery that's not going to work on multiple devices. Most of the dust busters in the past, even some of the new ones like the Dyson, they're great. They hang on the wall. You pick them off the wall and you use them a little bit and they go away again. My wife has actually used this far more than she ever used any other dust buster. She absolutely loves this. You can go all the way up to, you know, like a 6 or an 8 amp hour battery if you want. But as you can see, when you put that size in here, it starts getting a lot more unwieldy, heavier to use, and obviously you want your wife to use it or you want to use it yourself. And it's a lot easier with the smaller battery, but this seems to be the sweet spot, is the 5 amp hour. Now, the other accessories you got here is it comes with a hose. It seems small, but it will extend all the way to 4 feet very easily. It has a chamfered end on so that you can do pickup of things. It just slides right onto there. You also get a crevice tool, you get a floor tool, and you get 2 wands that you can put together. Now, this is the configuration that we actually use this in all the time, is with the hose on and with the extensions on. If you can imagine, if you're reaching up for something very high, you can easily just reach up and extend the hose and then grab whatever you're trying to get up there. Or if you're trying to get something that's on the ground, which is often what we do, you're not going all the way down here to get it. You've got the extensions on there. You can simply just use that and pick up whatever you need. So this is how my wife uses it all the time. She rarely takes this off and uses it just as you see it here. She almost always has the hose on in use. So the other thing I like about this is the form factor. You can carry, basically you carry it around like this with that hose on it, and you can just grab whatever you want. And it's comfortable in your hand because of the pistol grip that you have here. You've got the actuation of the button there, the exhaust up here, and there's a trigger lock as well, so that you can hold that in place so that you can keep the device turned on. You got the transparent section here so you can actually see what the volume of debris is when you got to empty it. Emptying it is actually pretty easy, and I'm just going to go ahead and do that for you right now. You simply just lift this. It's a little clamp here. You put it over your trash. In this case, I'm just going to do it right there. And the reason I did that is I wanted to show you in here, there's the small HEPA filter that simply just twists to come off. It's not even a quarter turn, and it goes back on just as easy. Nice thing is you can actually clean that HEPA filter and reuse it. We've not gotten another HEPA filter since with purchasing this. And you'll notice that there's also this, there's this O-ring that goes around for the closing as well. So let's go ahead and get this. You can tell we have a cat, and you can see that it is very strong, and it'll just pick up everything very quickly. Now that's the thing you get out of this that you don't get out of the dust buster, is the fact that it does have enough power to actually just pick up anything. So I made a mess here, so we'll just clean it up. So you can see that it's pretty powerful, and you can see pretty easily that we just picked up every bit of that, and none of it was returned to me because of the HEPA filter. Even though that was blowing in my face, I don't have any allergy issues, no anything. So one of the things I did want to show you real quick is I'm not a Milwaukee shill. I love my Milwaukee tools. I built a 40-foot long, 6-foot high retaining wall with 6-inch timbers and I think it was a 12-volt Milwaukee, which was a contractor grade Milwaukee with 2 batteries, and I did that, and it just went through everything, and it just kept going and it kept going. So I kind of I do have a liking for these, but I actually for the past 5-6 years have been using rigid because of the price. And I've recently given that set to my son, and I picked up some new things because I found some Milwaukee tools on sale, and then was running battery type things. But just to show you, I'm not a Milwaukee shill. I also have Makita tools because I buy the tool that is ready to be used and it gives me the best bang for my buck and the best tool for the series. So this is my Makita sander, orbital sander, actually really good, like it. But just wanted to go over this Milwaukee M18 Compact Vac. Now, the others in this series have a compact vacuum as well. It's called, a lot of them call them stick vacs. Even Milwaukee has a stick vac. I'm not sure I would recommend those. I think you would want to stay in this same form factor. Makita has a smaller one that is a stick vacuum. Then they also have one that's very similar to this that is just a dry vac only. And to me, it's a great dust buster replacement. The ones that actually look like the good old-fashioned dust buster, I don't know if I would do that. I don't know if they're going to have the motor that you would need to take care of business. So I know Makita has one. Ryobi, the only thing I can find with Ryobi is the dustbuster style, so I'm not sure, even if you have the battery system, that I would recommend that. However, I mean, you can give it a go and see what it does. I believe there's also a similar style with the DeWalt. Now, this fits in between those stick vacuums and those small vacuum series that are dust busters, small pickup type things. This fits in between that and the 1 gallon and 3 gallon series that you'll see from each of the vendors as well. Thank you for joining me for this review of the Milwaukee M18 Compact Vacuum. Please like and subscribe if you like what you've seen, if you learned anything today. I highly encourage you to look at something like this over a standard Black & Decker or Dyson or anybody else who has a proprietary battery system. Even if they have removables, it'll probably cost you a lot of money, and you're not getting any other usage out of it like you could with some other tools. So thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day.